Hey everyone. So I've been reading the book, The Gifts of Imperfection, and I've been thinking a lot about coaching and what it truly means and takes to be a coach that really can relate to people and can help people and have continued success. And I know a lot of people have been asking questions about how to reach Success Club, how to always have consistent sales, and how to expand your market. And I often struggle to answer this question, to kind of summarize or to sum up what I do other than post daily, share your story, and all those really basic things. And I was reading in the book and I got to this point. It's on page 10 if you have the book. And I kept thinking about this situation I had with a challenger and kept thinking about how I knew that when I had talked to her that I had handled it wrong. And I'm glad it didn't discourage her, but it made me think about the way I approach coaching, the things I do and what I've done in the past and what really has worked and what really hasn't. So this part of the book is talking about shame, and when you have a bad situation or a bad experience or you're feeling negative or down on yourself and that shame sets in and you just really need to talk to someone. You really need to tell them how you're feeling. But you need a friend that's going to help you become inspired or push through, or to keep focused on your goals and not to give up and start sabotaging what you've been doing. So in the book, Brene, she lists some friends that you don't want to talk to. And I want to read those to you before I kind of give you some insight when it comes to coaching. So it says, we definitely want to avoid the following. Number 1, the friend who hears the story and actually feels shame for you. She gasps and confirms how horrified you should be. Then there is an awkward silence. Then you have to make her feel better. I have had that happen to myself. I've been that friend. Okay, it happens, right? Where you can't believe what someone's saying. And that had to happen to me when someone's told me, like, I'm not proud. I've lost 20 pounds and I still don't feel good. And I've made the mistake of going, oh my God, no, you've done so good. But I've done it in a way of showing, like, maybe more of a negative way. So I've maybe shown the wrong facial expression, or I'm shocked that they don't think that 20 pounds is a huge success. Do you know what I mean? So I guess what I'm saying is make sure that when you're being excited or you're being a coach, that you aren't the person you're not being shocked where then they feel bad that they said those things. You don't want them to have to all of a sudden try to convince you otherwise or convince themselves. You want to be the person that's there cheering them on. Don't ever let your challengers feel like you're shocked with what they have to say. Okay? Shocked in a good way is good, but shocked when you think that what they're saying is negative and you think it should be positive, I want you just to be supportive. Just forget about the shocked part. Okay? The second one is the friend who responds with sympathy. I feel so sorry for you, rather than the empathy. I get it. I feel with you. I've been there. This one has come into play so many times for me. You know those times when you have a challenger that's bought Shakeology or they got a challenge pack, they meant to cancel their Shakeology, they forgot, and you've reminded them several times and you're just so annoyed and you just want them to remember to cancel their Shakio already. And you're just annoyed because you keep getting messages and you just want them to get it. Either order your Shakio or cancel it, right? We've all had those moments where we've been frustrated. And instead of getting mad or feeling negative about the situation and complaining or thinking like, okay, get it together already, because trust me, I've been there. We need to feel with them, say, you know what, girl, I've been there. I've ordered things and I forgot to cancel, or I've accidentally bought too much of something and I need to return and I just keep forgetting to return. Heck, I have 6 boxes of lights in my garage right now that I meant to return 2 months ago, but I keep forgetting. So that's money that's being held up that doesn't need to be held up. Okay, so we all have those experiences, and every time I look at those boxes, I get negative, and every time my husband walks into the garage, he's negative about it, and it makes me feel crappy. Okay, so that's something we need to remember. If we have someone that is trying to buy Shakio or a challenge pack, and they say they're going to buy, and then they forget, we need to be compassionate. We need to have empathy. We need to say, hey, I get it. We all forget. No worries. You know what? We're going to get you hooked up. today, we'll get you hooked up tomorrow. Whenever it's convenient for you, I'm here for you. Showing empathy is the most important thing you'll ever do as a coach. It's the thing that will make it so you are the person that they can go to. You're going to be the friend that they don't want to avoid. You are the friend that they can always rely on. That is the most important thing you can do. Okay? You are there to serve them. They're not there to serve you. Okay? The third one is the friend who needs you to be the pillar of worthiness and authenticity. She can't help because she's too disappointed in your imperfections. You've let her down. Okay? So just really think about when you're talking to people that when someone doesn't do a workout or they miss a day or they fall off the bandwagon, it's not affecting your life. It's only affecting theirs. So, it's not reflective of you. So don't take that personally. You don't need to be the disappointed parent. You can say other positive things that are going to uplift them. When I had that happen and I check in and someone says to me, like, I haven't worked out in 3 weeks, or I honestly worked out once, I don't say like, oh my God, that's awful, or I'm so disappointed that you didn't give it a solid go. I don't do that. Never. I always say things like, don't worry, girl. You know what? Let's figure out something that's going to work for you. Let's find what's going to motivate you, because I am most interested in you feeling good. That's why we got you this program. That's why we're starting this together. I want to make sure you have everything you need. And if that challenge group isn't what you need to get going, then let's figure out something that is. So that's how I do it. And quite often, just having that belief in them is exactly what they need. It's exactly what they're going to need to re-engage, press play, and actually engage with the challenge group. Okay? Heck, I've had a lot of challengers that have had their program for 3-4 months and have tried several times, and finally on that 4th time when we've had a conversation like this, they press play and they never stop. Okay? So those things are super important. The 4th one is the friend who is so uncomfortable with vulnerability that she scolds you. How did you let this happen? Where were you thinking? Or what were you thinking? Or she looks for someone to blame. Who is that guy? We'll kick his ass. And often I think sometimes we jump to things like, how could you let that happen? How could you forget to cancel your Shake-Yo when you knew you needed to? Like, I told you to cancel it. I warned you in the group. I told you personally. And heck, I do that all the time. I tell my challengers when they buy. I tell them in the group. We do reminders. It's in the group. It's everywhere. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am the worst person to remember to cancel something. I am the worst person to remember to send something. So I need that empathy. I need that from someone. And when someone doesn't give it to me, it makes me put up a wall. It makes me close off. It doesn't make me want to open up to that person that got mad or upset with me. It makes me not trust them. So if you're a coach and you're wanting to build a network, you need to take down that wall, and you need to make sure that no wall goes up between you and your challengers, because not only do you want to help them, but you want them to be inspired enough that they want to become a coach, or they're going to bring other challengers to you. Okay, so that's what's important. It's important to make sure that you build that strong relationship with your coaches and your challengers. Okay, the 5th one is the friend who is all about making it better and out of her own discomfort refuses to acknowledge that you can only actually be crazy and make terrible choices. You're exaggerating. It wasn't that bad. You rock. You're perfect. Everyone loves you. Okay, so how many times can you think that someone's told you a story and you're like, okay, you're exaggerating. Let's tone it down. That's not what really happened. And chances are, maybe some parts of it was exaggerating, but the fact is, that's how it feels to them right now. So if you have a challenger or a coach that is feeling down, they aren't feeling good. They feel crappy about how they look. They feel crappy about the effort they've put in. Don't take how they're feeling and put that down. If that's how they're feeling, that's their right to feel that way. And it's your job as a coach to make them feel okay with that and to know that, tomorrow's a new day. This is what you're going to do. Shake it off and let's go for it. Okay? And the 6th one is the friend who confuses connection with the opportunity to one-up you. That's nothing. Listen to what happened to me this one time. Okay? So we always want to make connections with our challengers. So, for example, I had a challenger message me last week and talk about her journey and how she's only lost 2 pounds this week, and she was super down about it. And sometimes this can be tricky because it's easy to one up or say, you know what, 1 week I only lost 1 pound. Like, so you're doing great. My week was super crappy. Like, I only lost 1 pound. You're making it sound as though your week was more awful or you had a worse experience. So you're taking away how they're feeling in a negative way. It's not inspiring. Okay, if you want to use that story and make it inspiring, you need to make them feel good about the experience they're having. So, for example, when I first started, I was averaging about 2 pounds a week at the beginning of losing weight. So it was roughly 2 pounds a week at the beginning. So I told her that. I said, you know what? That is super amazing. You should be super proud of yourself. And I want you to imagine the fact that if you keep doing this and you keep losing 2 pounds a week, in 5 weeks, you're going to lose 10 pounds. And if you weren't doing this, you would be losing 0. So this is incredible. This is amazing that you are pressing play and you are making those life changes. You are my inspiration. And I want you to know that I had that same experience. I lost 2 pounds a week. That's what I was doing. And if I would have quit pressing play, I wouldn't be here today. And I want you to know you can do this. You can do this. Okay? Connect. Share. Always end off with it being them. They can do it. They're pressing play. They're doing the right things. They have the power to be successful. You were successful. They can be successful. So I just wanted to share those with you, and I wanted to share with you my experience. And my experience was I had a challenger message me and about a week ago, and she said, I am fat and I am ugly and I do not like myself. Okay? And I responded wrong. Okay? She's a beautiful woman and she has so much to offer the world, and she has just inspired me so much. And instead of letting her own how she was feeling and talking her through and helping her work through that negative experience, I said, you're not fat, girl. You're beautiful. Let the inside shine out. And at that moment, that seemed right. And right after, I realized, you know what? When I was feeling not good in my skin before I lost weight, and today when I don't feel good in my skin, I look in the mirror and I feel bigger than I wish I was, or I've gained weight, or I've whatever it might be, and I look in the mirror and someone says to me, oh, you're skinny, like why are you complaining, or you're beautiful the way you are. That, okay, yeah, I might be beautiful the way I am, but right now I personally am not feeling that way. So them saying that doesn't make me change how I'm feeling. Okay? So instead of saying you're beautiful the way you are, I could have said, hey girl, I completely understand how you're feeling. I know there's some moments in our lives where we look in the mirror and we don't feel the best that we could feel. And I want you to know you're not alone. And I want you to know that I am here throughout this journey with you. I'm here to keep going after any goals that you have, because I want you to feel beautiful, and I want you to feel as beautiful as the rest of the world sees you. Okay? That is how you turn it around. And now every single time I have a conversation, I'm going to think back to page 10 in this book. And I'm going to think back to how I address things. And I'm going to think back to if I'm connecting and being compassionate. If I want compassion in my life, then I need to give compassion to others. So even though someone is having a bad day or hasn't followed through with what they were supposed to do or is being negative, I am not going to devalue that feeling, or I am not going to put them down based on those things. I'm going to give them compassion and provide them with the tools so they can be successful and feel good. And that's exactly what a lot of the people in my life did while I was going through this journey and continue to do. And I know there's tons of coaches on our team and on the bigger team that continue to do that for me. And I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for all the coaches in my life now. And I'm going to be so much more grateful when we have more of us too, because the more positivity we have in our group and the more love we have and support, the better. And I just can't wait to help all of you reach all of your personal goals. And I want you to know that you can do this. Okay, we all started on day one, and we all had those doubts, and we all had those moments where we thought we couldn't do it. And I want you to know that you truly can. Okay, so I'm gonna end the video there, and I hope this helps. Oh God, sorry, my dog is going crazy. And I want you to know that if you ever want to talk about this, or if you have this experience with your challengers, I would love to help you, and I would love to help you figure out how to address it with your challengers or coaches. So I love you all, and I hope this helps. Bye.